All right, so I've been looking into artificial intelligence, AI, and trying to figure out where that's at and opportunities and how that might impact real estate. So basically, I'm doing everything I can do, but actually do work. So it's kind of my superpower. Anyhow, so I'm digging into some content on AI versus like AGI. So artificial intelligence versus artificial generative intelligence. So AI is basically if this then that, just automating tasks kind of thing. Where AGI is kind of what I think of when I think of artificial intelligence. That's generative AI, and that mimics human thought, human creativity. And it doesn't sound like we're there technologically yet. Quantum computing is coming into play. We're running into power issues with enough electricity to process it. And a lot of the geopolitics we see today, I think, stem out of this quantum computing and AGI, because whoever is first to accomplish the quantum computing with AGI would be able to see all the other nations' secrets. You'd be able to bypass with quantum computing any sort of security, anything password protected. Like all the Pentagon files would be accessible, whoever has this quantum computing with AGI. So there's a technological race, is what it sounds like, based on the experts I've been listening to. And Taiwan comes into play with that. And then that's the tension over China and the U.S. is that Taiwan is doing all the semiconductors, or 60% of the semiconductors, and more like 80 or 90% of the high-tech ones. So that's a lot of this geopolitics we hear. And we hear about, Trump doing the tariffs and then bringing manufacturing back. So a lot of this is concerned about manufacturing these components back in the United States to give the U.S., the leg up on getting to that AGI and quantum computing. So that's based on a couple interviews I was listening to on a few experts, one at Columbia University. So that's my takeaway from that. So then after I kind of dig into, well, where are things at today? How can that impact real estate? That's kind of what I'm really looking at. It's going to impact in a lot of ways, and we're at just the infancy stage of this technology. So a few things that I thought would have a pretty significant impact as this really starts to expand is savings on how we produce housing, right? So much of the housing is the shortage and supply. We need to build more housing, more, to meet up with the demand. At some point, we're going to saturate that, but we're backlogged on providing housing. So if we can reduce the cost on how we bring housing to the market, theoretically we bring down the price of houses. So a couple technologies that stood out to me, I'm still, just researching this and seeing what I can find out there, is there's a software called TestFit. So I looked into it a little bit. So basically what they do is you can go anywhere in the United States and pick out your plat map, and then it'll set up the boundaries, and then you'll say, okay, here's the zoning regulations, the setbacks, and it'll do a site layout. And then let's say the city says, well, we need park dedication, we need an easement, and then it'll reconfigure the whole site layout. So you can design these sites, proposed sites in a matter of a couple hours or 10, 20 minutes, where it used to take thousands of dollars and a team of designers to come up with new layouts. So this could significantly reduce front-end expenses as you go through the approval processes. So I'm going to share this screen. I'm going to play this short little clip here. And this is basically, TestFit's demonstration, and he's going to walk through on how you set it up. So he does a site here, and now he's going to move the setback requirements. So he can just drag and drop, and it reconfigures everything. And then this is a proposed building layout based on the criteria they put in. But now, let's say you had to reduce the setback, he just drags that building, and it reconfigures it. And then you can, put in your contours for your elevation. It's got the wetlands, FEMA floodplains. You can crank through this stuff pretty fast. Okay, so now let's say they need easement. around whatever this is, some utilities or something. So it can reconfigure that as the city councils and planning commission keeps throwing things at these developers. So this has the ability to reduce those front-end costs on development fees substantially. And that's a big number when you add it in there. When you start adding in all the city regulations, the zoning, the design fees, and the building permits, you're talking 20% of the housing costs right up front. So if you can chip away at that portion of it, I think this could be a game changer. So this one is called Test Fit, and they've got an annual subscription. They don't have a monthly subscription. I'm on a test run on it right now. I'm not as smart as like an architect or engineer, so I'm not as quick to learn this stuff, but it's got substantial potential. You can do your bedroom layouts, your square footage per unit. It'll reconfigure all that. And then I don't know if it can actually do the building plans yet, but I can't imagine it can't take all the building codes, all the electrical codes, plumbing codes, and throw that into a layout like this and create working drawings at some point. So this is where that's heading. So this is, it's going to not reduce all of the jobs, but it's going to substantially reduce the number of architects and designers and that we're going to need in the future. So, that job is kind of potential on being disrupted a bit. So this one got me really excited. I am going to play around with this one to see what can be done with it. Just the fact that you can come up with different concepts to utilize a site to the best for profit and for the city requirements and for usability. It's just a very, very powerful tool. So this one I think is a big game changer. So the next one that kind of jumped out at me is this paint. And this one it's robotics. It's they call it artificial intelligence, but obviously it's not A.G.I, generative intelligence. But it's going to automate tasks. So now you have this painting that you can just go through and remote paint. So if you can reduce building costs on some of these trades, like you could do block lane, you could do framing to a certain extent. As these robotics and AI start advancing, a lot of this can be automated and reduce costs. Right now, the costs I don't think are that good because, where am I at? Because the technology is still expensive to implement. But as these bigger projects start reducing, learning that technology, how to, apply it. So this big painting thing will paint ships, will paint, big oil tanks. And they spend a lot of money on these paint, like painting the Golden Gate Bridge. Maybe they could just have robots going up and down there, artificial intelligence that just keep painting that stuff. So that's a disruptive technology as well and can reduce building costs as they develop this technology. So there's a lot of things on the horizon. That quantum computing with the A.G.I is kind of where I'm thinking, where I want to see how it will disrupt my portion of the real estate industry, the real estate sales and stuff, because then you could potentially have what they call agents, AI agents. So you have like your personal AI, and you think you talk into the phone and say, okay, you program it to know all the real estate laws, say all the tax codes, all the corporate laws. So you have like a consultant in your hand is the way I see this happening. And you can ask it questions, and it'll have like a personal relationship. And then say you want to go find out something else, this agent can employ other AI agents in the network and start getting all these tasks multiplied for you. So you can come up with, like I can do my daydreaming, right? Because I want to avoid work and just daydream. And I'll come up with these, harebrained ideas. So potentially if this quantum computing and A.G.I is available, these AI agents can go out and implement a lot of this stuff. They can program HTML. That's already there. You can type into the AI right now and just say, build me HTML code for XYZ, and it'll crank it out. So that technology is already there, but now you can get more creative on filling in the missing pieces that you don't know about with these AI agents. So that's where I think the real disruption is going to come, and I think this is there's a global effort, with the trade going on. It involves the semiconductors in Taiwan. So that has a lot to do with these tariffs being proposed. There may be some inflationary results of that, but ultimately it's kind of a race to this technology is what it sounds like from these lectures I've been listening to at Columbia and some other experts in the A.G.I field. So it's pretty exciting. We're at such an early stage of this, it's hard to predict where it goes. But Test Fit, I think, is a real game changer, and that's available today immediately. And then this automated painting, PaintJet is the name of the company. That is available today as well. I don't know the cost on that one, but as that technology advances, eventually it'll work its way down into the residential market. It's pretty hard to spend a lot of big money on just building a single-family house with technology. It takes a long time for that technology cost to get reduced to be cost-effective on a residential site. So those were my thoughts for today. I just wanted to share with what I've been learning out there. And I'm still going to poke around. So if you hear or know of anything on the AI world or technology-wise that may reduce costs for housing, I know there's got to be a lot of stuff coming out for searching for loans, and I know there's automatic underwriting now and the appraisals. So a lot of this stuff is becoming streamlined and a lot more competitive, and so there are costs being reduced. How it all unfolds, I don't know, but the world is changing, and it's going to start to change even faster. So pretty exciting times to be living in. So hope you enjoy. I got to get back to work and actually get something productive done other than just scrolling through AI technology that I can't use today. So I will talk to you later. Have a good one.